Hello guys, my name is Jeevan. Today I'm going to talk about cloud computing features. The important cloud computing features are the scalability and elasticity. Let's talk about these two in detail. Scalability. Scalability, as the name suggests, scaling things, scaling the capacity of the resources that are serving for any customer uh, or a website, which whatever we have hosted in the cloud. Then scalability, there are two way the cloud provider provides. One is scale up and down, which is called vertical scaling, and scale out and in, which is horizontal scaling. So in case of scale up and down vertical scalings, we add the capacity into the existing resource. Let's say we have a lower capacity server currently, which has a just a 4 GB of RAM and a 40 GB disk. And from the current utilization, we see this is very high. It's hitting its upper limit, and we want to increase the more capacity into it. So we can simply add the more CPU and capacity, disk and a memory into this existing server, so that we'll not have that problem in future. Or so doing this, the vertical scaling, uh, we have to take the system down in order to add the more capacity into the existing system, so which is little disruptive in nature. And so it depends on the service or the customer, if they don't want to see such disruption in their business, or their service that is uh, there. So then another way scaling thing is in the cloud is scale out and in, or a horizontal scaling. So in case of horizontal scaling, we can, instead raising the capacity into the existing server, we can add another server with the same capability, or a application or install, which is ready to serve. So let's say we got a two server currently on the load balancer and pool, which is currently serving, and we see the load is getting increased. So we can add a further one or two node into the pool, so that we will not face any performance issue. So adding node into the pool member is called scale out. And as well as it's reversible as well. Let's say the load goes down, so we can take any number of nodes out from the pool. uh, so so we are not going to pay what we don't really need. So that is the really big advantage of cloud computing as well. So customer don't need to pay for something which they don't really need, so they are going to pay for what they are really consuming. So this is the advantage of cloud computing. And this is uh, due to this scalability features available in the cloud providers network. Next one, the elasticity. Elasticity is the same thing, uh, adding, scaling the resource sizing up or down. The only difference in the elasticity is it is more a real time automatic or a manual scaling based on the traffic load, that whether it goes up or down. So it's a more real time automatic, we can make it. So that's why it's called elasticity. And it which adds the more agility to the business, so that quickly the business is ready to serve whatever demands coming, and also taking the cost advantage as well. If your application consuming more resources, you are going to pay more. And if your application is consuming less resources, you are going to pay just less for that particular time. So and we can make it automatic. Just we can set the threshold value. Let's say we have some application hosted in any of the cloud, and currently we see we have just two server there, and in future we feels if anything goes, any comping or anything, so that future demand may go up. And at the same time we don't want to make it a manual approach, so we can set their threshold value so that your cloud provider will take care of that, making adding a more resource into it or removing it when the demands go down, and when it goes up add the more resource. We can set the threshold value. Let's say if the current server's utilization is goes beyond 80%, just add the two identical server into the availability set or a pool. Or if the load goes down again to this 60% or something for some particular time frame, for maybe 1 day or whatever condition you want, based on the metrics you have, then take that server out from my serving, so that you are only going to pay as real as the consumption of the resources you are making into the cloud. So it's a very lucrative feature of the cloud provider, with so customer is getting advantages of that elasticity and scalability in the cloud. So customer is saving a lot of money in this case, because customer don't need to pay for unused resources which they really don't need. Instead, they can directly take those advantages, and they are going to cut the cost of their deployment. So that's it in these two really important concept of the cloud computing. Thank you so much for watching this video. If there are any suggestion and comment, please let me know. Thank you very much.